record. Lovely. Okay. So just settle yourself however you feel comfortable. You might start from sitting. There might be a point later that you get invited to lie down if you want to. That's an option. You don't have to. But we'll start from sitting. And the first part of this session is just to get you more comfortable in your seat, so that when it comes to the visualizations and the relaxations, you can hopefully feel a little bit more loose and free and comfortable in the body. But to get to that point, we're also going to be practicing mindfulness. So this is all yoga inspired, yoga based. Yoga is very, very big on body movement and breath, or moving with the breath. So we're going to use the physical sensations in the body and the focus on the breath in the body to help bring ourselves to a nice, focused, mindful, present place. So when you're ready, you can close the eyes, or you might choose to lower your gaze, whatever you prefer. And just take a little moment to adjust, to make that shift from outward facing to inward facing. You've allowed yourself this lovely time and space, and we're just going to simply become present. We'll do that first of all by noticing what the body feels like right now. So whatever you're sitting on, just be aware of that, your connection with the floor or the chair, the earth beneath you. And then just notice the way you've arranged your body, where your legs are. Thinking about your posture, your alignment through the spine. Just noticing if you're nursing any injuries or if you've got any tension or tightness in the body. Just being mindful of that and accepting without judgment. And in your mind's eye, just begin to make sure that your rib cage is stacked directly above the pelvis, and then your head above the rib cage. You might find a little bit of lengthening occurring through spine as you do that. A little bit of space between the hips and the lower ribs. Maybe a tiny sense of sitting back a little bit, and then you notice the tummy muscles just kicking in there to support you in your seat. And then just noticing how you feel on an energy level, how you feel energetically just now. And over the next few moments that might change. You can just become very mindful and observant of all that's going on in the body. And then begin to pay attention to the breath. Maybe your first point of focus can be the nostrils, where the breath enters, cool through the nose, and maybe a little bit warmer as it exits through the nose as you breathe out. We're going to try to remain with this breath awareness throughout the practice. I'll be giving you cues to do that. If at any point it just feels like one thing too many to think about, then just keep breathing in your own way. That's fine. Good. So let that inhale feel full. Maybe you can be aware of the movement of breath in body now. Can you feel the breath as far down as the belly? Can you feel the rib cage moving as you breathe? Do you notice it as far up as the collarbones, for example? Just be mindful as well of the quality of the breath. Whether you're noticing if it's fast or slow, deep or shallow, ragged or smooth. Very good. And then over the next few moments, we're going to start just easing out any tension that may have built up in the body over the day or the weeks. We'll start with the neck. So you can keep eyes closed if you're happy with eyes closed. It's up to you. You can maybe keep the gaze soft, whatever you choose. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, simply allow the chin to lower down towards the chest. I want you to stay here, so the spine is still nice and long. The shoulders still drawing back and down. And just start to notice the stretch, the skin between the head and the shoulders. Breathing in here, breathing out. As you inhale, there's a little bit of sense of that's where the effort is made. And on the exhale, let that softening happen. The shoulders just become a little bit more comfortable perhaps. So on your next in-breath, simply lift the head back to forward facing. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, just take your gaze to your right. Really, really slowly. Feeling now to stretch down that left side of the neck. And the next time you breathe out, just let the head move back to the center. Breathing in, breathing out, turning the head over to the left. Feeling the stretch there on the right side as you continue with the breath. And you're breathing in, bring the head back to the center. Nice. So now we're going to stretch the sides of the neck. So breathing in as you stay tall. As you exhale, allow the right ear just to gently move down towards the right shoulder. But take awareness to the left side of the neck, the upper side. Again, as you breathe in, the in-breath is slightly more effortful. And the exhale is an opportunity to just let that stretch happen. Release that neck. Next time you breathe in, lift the head back up to center. Maybe take a moment to notice, maybe one side feels a little different to the other. Breathing in once more. Exhaling, bring the left ear down towards the left shoulder, but be mindful of the right side where you're feeling the stretch. Inhaling for a little bit of the effort. Allow the exhale to just fall away and release the neck. Breathing in, bringing head back up to center, and then breathing out. You might find it's quite nice at this point just to take a little shrug, a little wiggle. And then we're going to start working into the shoulders. So bring your hands and rest them on the shoulders. Find that breath once more. On the inhale, move the elbows forward, take them up. Exhale, draw the elbows back and down. So just getting a nice range of movement in those shoulders. Inhale, forwards and up. Exhaling back and down. Inhale, forwards and up. Exhaling back and down. Good, let's take that a couple times the other way. So inhaling, elbows go back and they come up. Exhale, they move forwards and down. And feel free to let the rest of the body get involved too at this point. Let the spine maybe move a little bit. Feel it in your upper back, your lower back. One more round. Inhale, good, and exhale. Sitting tall once more, and just let the hands rest. Take a little shrug if you need one. So we're going to work on the spine a little bit now. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see if you need to see. Let the hands just rest on your knees or your lap, wherever you feel comfortable. So if you are on a chair with a back, just make sure you've got a bit of space between you and the back of the chair. Use your inner strength, your core muscles, just to help support you sit upright there. Good. As you inhale, you're going to imagine the center of the chest is drawing you forward. So inhale, as you lift the heart, perhaps looking up to if your neck feels happy, and just feel the arch appear in your spine. As you exhale, you're going to tilt the pelvis back, tuck the chin round the spine, feel belly button drawing back towards the spine. Simply keep moving with breath now, inhaling into your arched spine. Drawing the shoulders back, stretching the front of the body, and exhaling to a rounded spine where you feel the stretch down the back of the body, a bit of contraction in the belly. Keep moving from one to the other. Again, you might find it's easier to close the eyes, to stay, keep that awareness, that mindfulness on the body and the breath movement. Just exploring what sensations come up in the body. Take one more round of that. Breathing in to arch the spine. Breathing out to round the spine. Good. Nice. And on the next inhale, just bring yourself back to neutral. And again, if you feel you need to shrug or shimmy or do anything just to release that, then go ahead. Good. So we're going to come into a side stretch. You're going to bring your left hand to the floor. If you're in a chair, you might find you can just hold onto the base of the chair. Your right arm is going to sweep up on an in-breath, stretching that right arm up to give you height and length. And as you exhale, coming over into a side stretch, pausing here to take a breath in, feeling between each rib on that inhale, and exhale as you reach that hand up and over. Inhale, reaching straight up now, coming back to neutral. Exhale, lower the arm to the floor. Left arm's coming up on the in-breath. Sweep it up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, coming over to the right. Breathing deeply into that left side, between each rib. Enjoying that space and reaching on that exhale. Inhale, stretch that left arm up. Nice, and then exhale, lower it back down. Nice, take a little shrug of the shoulders, a little shimmy. And we're going to come into a twist now. So just going through all the different movements of the spine just to free up any tension in the body that might restrict us from being able to settle and sit still. So on your in-breath, sweep both arms up. So just bring them up. Your hands become parallel. As you breathe out, start to turn to your right, but keep nice and tall through the spine. Then bring your left hand down to right knee. And the right hand down comes to the floor behind you, or you might hold onto a chair if you're on a chair. Take an inhale as you remember to grow tall through the spine. And an exhale as you try to draw your shoulders back. And then you can squeeze in at the belly as well. Breathing in as you release those arms, raise them up above your head, coming nice and tall on that in-breath. Let's take a little pause here. Exhaling, inhale to reach up. And then on your exhale, start to twist over to the left. Right hand comes down, left arm goes behind you. Looking over that left shoulder. Inhale to remind us to grow tall. Exhale to really come deeper into that twist. Inhaling as you come back to face forward, sweep those arms up. And then exhale, lower them back down by your side. And again, just go with the flow, see what the body would like to do after that. Maybe a little sway, a shrug of shoulders. Nice, we're going to come up to standing now. Just coming up to standing. Just arranging the feet so that they are about hip width distance apart and try and arrange it so that your feet are parallel to each other. And just like we did when we were sitting, just pay attention to the way you've arranged your body. You would aim to have your pelvis and your rib cage and your head stacked one above the other. Sometimes that means maybe if you rock a little bit forwards and back and just have that little, you might not necessarily be able to see, but perhaps you can sense. Maybe you're tucking the pelvis under or drawing the shoulders back or just moving the head about on the top of the neck there. And just coming into really nice, comfortable alignment. Good. So from here, we're going to take an inhale, sweeping the arms up, but then we're going to come up onto our tiptoes. So a little bit of focus required here. If you feel wobbly, Make sure you find somewhere to stare at to keep you steady. Good. And then exhale, lowering back down. If you're really, really wobbly, you can always hold on to something nearby. We're going to move with the breath now. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Just lifting up the heels with control. Very nice. And then exhale, lowering back down. Good. Let's do that one last time. Breathing in, lifting the heels. And breathing out, lowering the arms and slowly lowering the heels back down to the floor. Good. Okay, we're going to just increase the balance now by taking one leg away. So I'd like to bring your left hand to your left hip, and your left leg is now going to be your standing leg. If you're wobbly again, just hold on or find something to stare at to find that focus, and then just see if you can hold onto your right knee. Standing really tall, just as if 2 feet were on the floor. So feeling that upward lift. Good. Breathing in here and breathing out. Inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can slowly open up that hip. So take the knee out to the side. Good. Nice and steady, guys. Very nice. Draw that knee back to the center and then just slowly lower that foot back down to the floor. Good. Shake out the legs. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Transfer weight onto the right leg and then draw that left knee up. Standing tall, breathing in here. And breathing out. Inhale. And then slowly on the exhale, draw the knee out to the side. Good. Good. Breathing in. And exhaling, draw the knee back. Good. And lower it back down to the floor. Good. And just shake everything out. Standing nice and tall, arms down by your side. Just take an inhale, sweep the arms up. And then simply forward fold. So you're going to let those knees be soft and just let the upper body drape down and hang down towards the floor. And keep the knees super bent. Just let the upper body be soft. Maybe the arms bob about a bit. Maybe you hold onto your elbows. Take a little sway. Releasing tension from hips and legs and spine, the whole of the body. Good. And then from here, we're going to come all the way back down to the floor. So coming back to seated or the chair, whatever you're sitting on. Good. All right. So hopefully, just that little bit of focus on breath and focus on nice mindful movement. Perhaps as you sit now and close your eyes and take awareness inwards, perhaps you can sense you feel a little bit more energized, perhaps a little bit more comfortable in the body. Maybe you've sort of got rid of a little bit of that habitual tension that we all seem to hold on to. So this is where the breath work and the visualization starts. So make sure you do feel comfortable. If you haven't closed your eyes, close them now or lower your gaze. Bring awareness back to posture. So it's really important that you're comfortable. So stack ribs over hips and head over ribs. And bring awareness back to the breath. It may be a bit different to how it was earlier. Maybe a little bit faster if you've from the movement. Or perhaps it's just feeling quite settled. Notice how you feel in the body. And notice how you feel in the mind as well. Noticing the qualities of the breath. Noticing where you can feel movement in the body as you gently breathe in and out. Focusing on belly. I'd like you to imagine now there is a silver orb in your belly, a ball of silver. And as you breathe in, it expands out to the front, out to the back, out to the sides, as well as up and down. So this little ball, this silver ball, expands as you breathe in And then gently, softly contract as you breathe out. So you can keep your mind on this image, this visual of this silver orb, moving in rhythm, in time with your breathing, with your breath. So breath work can be really beneficial, it can be really calming and soothing, it can ease anxiety. And just by deepening the breath, slowing the breath, it can really sort of change our mood, our mindset. It's lovely being able to visualize something moving with this breath, this lovely silver orb, growing on the in-breath and gently moving back on the out-breath. Now visualize this silver orb moving up into your chest, into your rib cage. So as you breathe in, you can feel the front and the backs of the ribs moving outwards, as well as out to the sides, as well as up and down. And on the out breath, everything just gently contracts. Stay here with this image, this silver orb, taking up all the space within the rib cage on the inhale. Lovely and spacious, and then soft and easy on that exhale. This is something you can do, and if you've ever the mind starts to wander, you just notice that that's happened and simply bring awareness back to the breath. This lovely silver orb, which is now going to move up into the space between the eyebrows. Before your eyes, it magically transforms into a beautiful, clear lake. So imagine you're standing now in front of a lake. And this lake is so crystal clear, it's almost like a mirror. It perfectly reflects the sky above, the mountains, the trees, the sun, and even the detail of the clouds. Let's say that this lake is a representation of your mind. And we all know that life is full of distractions. They could be from something happening in your body physically. Maybe a thought pops in and intrudes this lovely stillness that you're experiencing. Something around you in the outside world. Let's say that any of those distractions are represented by a little pebble. So the minute you notice yourself distracted, maybe by a thought or a sound, whatever it might be, just visualize a pebble dropping into the lake. Noticing the plop of the splash, perhaps. Noticing the ripples. Also noticing how the ripples completely fade and calmness is resumed. At this point, if you are able to, you're more than welcome to lie down. Coming into relaxation now. If you're going to remain seated, just make sure you are nice and comfortable. I'm just going to talk you through a lovely relaxation technique. We're going to be focusing on the body. I'm going to name body parts. And all I'm asking you to do is bring awareness to them and know that that is enough to encourage softness and relaxation to the body. Bringing your awareness to the crown of the head, feeling all tension melt away. Bring awareness to the forehead, nice and smooth, eyes resting, All the little muscles around the eyes softening. Bring awareness to the nose, the cheeks, the ears, the mouth, the chin, the tongue, the jaw and the throat, whole of the head and the face and the neck. Just notice how all tension is just melting away now. Take awareness down the neck to the shoulders, across the tops of the shoulders, down into the shoulder blades, and then down into the arms, all the way to elbows, from elbows to wrists, and into your palms, your fingers, and backs of your hands. Just feel a lovely sense of release and softness. Taking your awareness now to the collarbones. You might be just gently aware of breath here, a subtle movement here. Moving down into the chest, whole of the rib cage wrapping around from the front to the back. Down into the softness of the belly, around the waist, mid-back. And down into the hips, whole of the pelvis, the lower back. Feeling hips releasing. Soft in the belly, soft in the breath. Moving down into the legs, all the way down the thighs to knees. Knees down, calves to ankles. Ankles down into the toes, the tops of the feet and the soles of the feet. And just for this moment, see if you can visualize the whole of your body or being aware of the whole of the body. And if there are any pockets of tension remaining, need a bit of extra help, just breathe gently into those areas now. And on the exhale, just imagine that last little bit of residual tension completely melting. The whole of the body completely at ease, calm, focused and relaxed. Just notice in this little moment of stillness how you feel physically, energetically, and in your mind as well. And that inward focus that we've enjoyed is now just going to be gently turned outward. Noticing the skin on the body, where you're touching floor or chair. Noticing the temperature in the room. Allowing sounds from the outside world to come back into your awareness. And then just gently deepening the breath. Next time you take an inhale, imagine breath moving all the way down to your fingers and your toes. And as you breathe out, just gently wiggle them, bring a little bit of movement there. I'm just going to encourage you to just move and stretch the body now in any way that feels good as you bring yourself back to upright with eyes open. There's absolutely no rush. Feel into the body, notice what needs to be stretched and moved. Just do that in your own time. Just move now. Very nice. And then when you're ready, we'll take one last breath all together. So take an inhale and raise the arms out to the sides, bring them up above your head. As you exhale, draw the hands down to the center of the chest. If you haven't done so already, just gently blink open the eyes. Give yourselves a smile. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Verity. Lovely. Really enjoyed it.
You don't need to talk if you don't want to. If you can have a nap, have a nap. I hope you enjoyed it. It was lovely to see you. And
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow evening.
yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Verity.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.